and welcome to the very first week and module of your 90-day intermittent fasting jumpstart. I'm so thrilled you're here, and I can't wait to guide you along your journey to becoming a happier, healthier, and more energized person through fasting. In this first week, I'm going to provide you with everything you need to know to get started with intermittent fasting. And by the end of the week, you'll have a defined fasting and eating window, plus a plan to help you get started right away. To set the foundation for this jumpstart, we're going to start with the why, the how, and most importantly, will intermittent fasting actually work for you? We're going to look at the why people use intermittent fasting and why it works, all based on the research and science. I firmly believe that understanding how something works is a key part of sticking with it. Plus, trusting the science will lead you to real, lasting results. You won't find any anecdotal information here, just the facts and strategies that work. And a quick side note, you won't find me recommending any crazy things like a super long fast where you're only allowed to drink water for days on end. You won't find me shouting about the latest fad or crash diet. I'm not even an advocate of keto or very low carb diets. I genuinely want you to be able to enjoy yourself while making intermittent fasting fit with your life. Who wants to spend their life counting, restricting, feeling deprived? I know I don't. So after you're clear on why intermittent fasting is a great tool to help you meet your health and wellness goals, we're going to move into the how. We'll explore the process of fasting and examine the hour-by-hour changes that happen during your fasting window. Don't worry, I've done all the research and digging for you. I've also distilled it down so it's super easy to understand. You'll know exactly what your body is experiencing during a fast, hour by hour. You'll also get to see the benefits of fasting that start as early as 8 hours without food. We're going to be tracking the body's entire experience through 24 hours of fasting. Once you've got a good understanding of what your body goes through during your fast, we're going to be diving into the best fasting window for beginners. This is the ideal window you can start using right away to set yourself up for fasting success. We're going to pick the perfect window and fit it seamlessly into your day. And what's just as important is we're also going to be talking about the crucial things you must do during these early fasting windows. These things are crucial to implement early when your body first starts adjusting to fasting. I like to refer to it as the intermittent fasting homework. And if you do these things I'm going to teach you consistently enough during your first few weeks, it will make a huge impact on your overall fasting experience. You don't want to miss this lesson because the tips will help set you up for success as you gradually lengthen and adjust your fasting windows, which I'll be teaching you how to do very soon. This homework will also ensure you have a headache-free and fatigue-free transition to longer fasting windows. We're also going to be chatting about food and how to eat more mindfully when it's time to break your fast. You're likely going to consume less food while you're fasting, and chances are you're probably going to be paying more attention to what you're fueling your body with when you do decide to eat. So eating more mindfully will help increase feelings of satisfaction after every meal and will help you optimize your results while sticking to your fasting goals. Lastly, to wrap up this introduction module, I'm going to share with you the most common intermittent fasting mistakes that people make when they're just getting started. In fact, these are some of the same exact mistakes I made when I first started intermittent fasting a few years ago. And let me tell you, it was not a pleasant experience. I had a constant headache. I was cranky and hangry actually, all the time. I felt like I was always staring at the clock, just waiting to be able to eat. What did I have to show for all my suffering? Well, after more than 6 months of sticking with this highly recommended program, I quit. I had gained so much weight that even my backup pants, my pants that had the highest percentage of elastic in them, wouldn't even budge up past my thighs. That's a story for another time, and I'll be sharing all those details with you in another video. But the bottom line is this. I want your path to success to be easier and more straightforward than mine was. Less confusion means better and faster results for you. I'll be sharing all the details with you so you can learn from my mistakes. You get to skip the trial and error and skip the hours of internet searching through the piles of misinformation. I've already done it, so you don't have to. That's what you can expect for week 1. And don't worry, I'll be including action items for you with every video so you can stay on track and follow along step by step. I don't want you to miss anything. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to download the Intermittent Fasting Self-Assessment before you get started. You can find it right where you're watching this video. And don't forget to join us in the Facebook community. It's a safe space to ask questions, get feedback, and keep yourself accountable throughout this program. Don't worry, it's a private community focused solely on intermittent fasting. We're a group of like-minded people looking to take our health and energy to the next level while reaching our weight loss goals. The link to the Facebook group is in the same page where you're already watching this video. Hey new friend, welcome to the Intermittent Fasting 90-Day Jumpstart. I am so glad you're here. I know you're interested in learning more about intermittent fasting and if it's right for you. So let's dive right in. This first lesson is an introduction to intermittent fasting. We're chatting about the why, the how, and most importantly, will it actually work for you? In this lesson, you will learn why fasting is an effective method to help you reach your goals, the top benefits you get from following intermittent fasting, plus common side effects and why a solid strategy is necessary for maximum results. I'm starting with the why because understanding the why and how something works is key to sticking with it and trusting the science for real and lasting results. So why fasting? Fasting has been around for ages. It just didn't always have a trendy name or trendy fancy windows to go with it. Think about it. Our distant hunter-gatherer relatives fasted, especially as they roamed the plains in search of their next meal. Humans throughout history have functioned without food or nutrition for extended periods of time, sometimes simply out of necessity. But thankfully today, we have modern conveniences like supermarkets, refrigerators, and access to nearly any food we want year-round. We're no longer forced to fast due to lack of food or resources. Instead, we can choose to fast. So whether it's for health benefits, longevity, inflammation reduction, or even religious or spiritual reasons. There are many different types of fasts outside of just intermittent fasting. Things like extended water fasts, juice fasts, elimination fasts, or extended day fasts. In this introduction to intermittent fasting, we focus on time-restricted eating, which is a fancy way of saying we choose a window of time in which we'll eat, and then we choose a window of time in which we don't eat, so we fast for the remainder of the day. In this program, I focus on how to get you started with intermittent fasting one day at a time. The goal throughout this entire Jumpstart series is to give you an achievable, sustainable, and most importantly, research-backed information designed to get you started right away. So speaking of results, why fasting? A quick overview of the benefits of fasting. So when you're fasting, you're not eating, right? But your body still needs energy. So luckily, it can adjust certain hormones and body processes to use that stored fat for energy. So a little overview of what's going on inside of your body hormonally. Your human growth hormone level increases. So this benefits fat loss while helping you preserve muscle. Your insulin levels also decrease. So your body's reaction to insulin, also called insulin sensitivity, improves. Insulin is known as a storing hormone. So it stores excess energy that we get from the food we eat into our fat cells. So as your insulin level later decreases, your body can tap into that stored energy and that stored glucose in your body and use that fat for energy. So when you're fasting, you're lowering insulin, but you're increasing growth hormone. You're lowering your body's storing tendency and increasing your body's ability to break down fat. Your body's also releasing a fat-burning hormone called norepinephrine during fasting. Together, this trifecta of hormones boosts your metabolism and makes you a fat-burning machine. All right, so internal maintenance. So during this time, your body is doing internal work. At the microscopic level, fasting allows our cells to do internal maintenance and necessary repairs. Things like removing old proteins that build up over time, and repairing and cleaning up to help our cells function more efficiently. It helps reduce chronic inflammation on a cellular level through these cleanup activities and helps boost brain function. Some early studies even found it prevents degeneration of neurons in the brain as we age. So also, the genes that protect you from disease and increase your lifespan, so your longevity genes, are functioning at their optimum when you're fasting. Weight loss, primarily fat loss. So weight loss is typically a result of intermittent fasting and is one of the most popular reasons people follow intermittent fasting. Above, we discussed how your body burns more calories and your metabolism gets a boost when you fast. But if you combine that with the fact that you're likely eating fewer meals during your eating window, you're also likely reducing your overall calorie intake. So together, these two things equal weight loss. All right, and the benefits just keep coming. Other amazing benefits from fasting include decreased bloating, improved skin, decreased breakouts, mental clarity, your body fat percentage likely decreases, you'll have more lean muscle, you have better hormone balance, decreased anxiety, reduced acid reflux. People even say it's helped decrease their eczema or balance their sugar cravings. You're better able to understand what your body needs when you're doing intermittent fasting, which is great, right?
Yes. All right, so right now you might be wondering, how safe is intermittent fasting and what are the common side effects? Well, most people that routinely intermittent fast do not report many side effects. In fact, it's one of the easiest, safest, and simplest methods to implement for lasting weight loss and health boosting benefits. So as far as side effects are concerned, hunger is the main side effect of intermittent fasting. As your body adapts to your new meal schedule, you might initially have a headache or feel more fatigued, but that's usually only in the very beginning. So these side effects are usually short-lived, and don't forget, I'll be giving you the tips and tricks you need to keep the headaches, cravings, and fatigue to a minimum, especially as you transition to intermittent fasting. So a quick disclaimer before we move on. If you have a medical condition, you should consult your doctor before trying intermittent fasting. This is particularly important if you're diabetic or if you have any problems regulating your blood sugar levels, if you're prone to dizziness or low blood pressure, if you're already taking medications, if you have a history of eating disorders, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you're under the age of 18, you should definitely check with your doctor before starting intermittent fasting. So you might be asking, is intermittent fasting right for you? So fasting is not required for weight loss or health improvement, and it's not the only option for losing weight, but it is an effective strategy that can greatly improve your health and lifestyle. And if any of the benefits in the previous slides piqued your interest, it's definitely worth trying. So maybe you already tried intermittent fasting without realizing it. Chances are you've done many intermittent fasts. If you've ever eaten dinner and then slept in late the next day and maybe not eaten until lunch, you've likely already fasted for several hours. Some people instinctively eat this way. They simply don't feel hungry in the mornings. But intermittent fasting is more than just skipping breakfast. It's a powerful health boosting tool. And in this course, I'll show you the best way to get started on your fasting journey so it can be a successful and sustainable way of eating for you. IF is a powerful tool to help you lose weight, have more energy, and fuel your body to meet your wellness goals. All right, so now it's your turn to take action. Take a few minutes today to think about your goals. What benefits are you most excited to see and feel in the weeks ahead? If you're up for it, share your goals with us in the Facebook group. Record your baseline information too. It's really important to take measurements or photos of your starting point, or however you're going to be tracking your process or your progress. Make sure you're recording where you're starting from. And don't forget to think about a gift you can give yourself as a reward for all the hard work you complete after this jumpstart.